Hi, this is Ann McKinney for Wise Pedagogy, and I'm going to give you a quick tour of SpacedEd and share some ideas for how this could be useful for online teaching. Basically what it is a way for you to send out course questions once a day to your students, and it can be on any subject that you want it to be on, but the idea is that you send out questions over the course of several days or weeks, and it helps reaffirm the information in the student's memory more easily than if they just studied for a test and then it was over too quickly. So the concept is spreading out that learning over time so that it gets absorbed more easily into long-term memory. So what we have here is the email that I have in my inbox telling me which courses that I've taken and what questions I have to answer today. And I am currently enrolled in two courses, Bartending 101 and Learn 100 Bible Verses. I just thought, well, what the hey, let's try it and see what I can learn. So let's start off with the Bible Verses course first. So when I click on the link, it takes me to the SpacedEd website. And each course is taught by a different instructor. And so it kind of depends on the instructor how a course is set up. This one has some multiple choice questions, but it has some fill-in-the-blank questions, which I think personally is subject to which translation of the Bible you're reading, but it's not for me to say or judge. Okay, fill in the blank. For the blank of God is living and active, sharper than any double-edged sword. It penetrates even to dividing soul and spirit, joints and marrow. It judges the thoughts and the attitudes of the heart. Okay, I know I've had this question before, and I've gotten it wrong every single time. Well, maybe I can't remember if it was Word. Maybe I'm going to try, but I'm going to let you know that I really don't know my Bible as well as half the people who take this course, apparently. But I hit click submit, and oh, I got it right. Hooray! Okay. And there is no explanation section for this course, but some courses offer an explanation, which I think would be useful in a lot of cases where there is some sort of rationale for why an answer is a certain way and not another answer. Or, in this case, I think it would be helpful to know why this passage of the Bible is worth regarding and memorizing. Again, depending on which course you're teaching, this may or may not be so useful to you. But every course in question gets some stats that tell you how many other people have gotten it right or wrong, and I'm going to be sent this question again, or I can opt to not see it again if I want. But basically, there are 88 questions total, and I've only answered 17 of them. So I've got a ways to go in this course. But now that we're done with that, I'll move on to the next course that I'm taking, and click Continue with Questions. And this is Bartending 101, taught by a completely different instructor. And I kind of like the inclusion of photos with this course. Each question comes with a photo, which doesn't necessarily have that much to do with the question itself, but I tend to appreciate visual design or visual elements in web design, so that it makes it a bit more fun and interesting. Let's see, as a student in a certain Ivy League college, you have been dreading the first snow of the year. You now see snowflakes outside your window and realize that the nude Olympics will be starting in about an hour. You and your roommates agree that the time is right for White Russians. Which of the ingredients below do you need to make a White Russian? Okay, well, so there's a bit of a quirk to this course, obviously. And so basically, I get to choose from a list which ingredients are included, and I feel fairly sure about this one. So we'll click submit, see if I got it right. Congratulations, I'm just doing fairly well today. But anyway, it tells me which elements are right and which ingredients are not right. And then this course includes these how-to videos through Howcast. And you can't hear the audio on this, but there is a voiceover narrating this video and explaining the ingredients and such. But just to give you a little idea of Howcast, this is something that I've looked into in the past, and it's a website that offers all of these different how-to related videos. And it looks like they're more geared towards professional video production and maybe some commercial use. I'm not exactly certain. They encourage people to submit their own how-to videos, but all of the ones I've seen look like they were geared for professional viewing. So it may not be the best resource for faculty to use to create their own videos, but there's plenty of other videos out on the market. And if you find something there that you want to refer your students to, you know, that could be something you might want to send your students there to view in one of their videos. But anyway, I like that they actually give some explanation here, and their videos typically offer a little bit of trivia information about the drinks in addition to just instructions on how to make it. So it's fun, it's interesting, it's enjoyable, and I'm just doing this to get a feel for the way SpacedEd works. So hopefully providing some of this information in this screencast will give you some ideas for what you might choose to use if you want to incorporate it into your own course. These seem to be isolated courses that people are offering through the SpacedEd website. And what you can do with this is that it seems to be, in my personal opinion, something that works best for rote memorization. If you are teaching a course that has some facts that you need your students to learn and memorize, this seems to be a useful way to solidify that information. I don't think it's quite as strong when it comes to critical analysis, but I'll quickly see if I can answer this question. I can't remember what's included. Is it simple syrup or sugar? Okay, we'll just do this. Anyway, so if I'll just glide past here, and I'll go take you to the dashboard and show you what it looks like. Basically, if you are in SpacedEd, it tells you which courses you're taking. There's a profile. It's set up like a social networking site, so you can talk to other people, you can comment on the course questions that you're taking. It tells you which courses you've completed. You can create courses. If you want to browse the course directory, it seems like most of the courses that are offered are geared towards medical students, which makes sense considering that it is handy for rote memorization. Again, you know, it's not what I think would be the best tool to use for critical analysis, but if you just wanted to have a lot of questions to help your students memorize specific facts, this seems like something that could be useful and easy to use for your students as a supplement to what you're already teaching. I'm not sure if you would want it to be the entire course, but if you're already teaching a course, this could be something that you could incorporate into it in addition to what you're already using as an additional resource. So that is SpacedEd anyway. So thank you for listening.